Once upon a time, a group of friends decided to go on a camping trip deep into the heart of a dense, mysterious forest. They had heard rumors of strange occurrences and eerie legends surrounding the area, but their adventurous spirits pushed them to explore regardless. As night fell, they set up their campsite near a tranquil lake, surrounded by towering trees that seemed to whisper secrets in the wind. They gathered around a crackling fire, sharing ghost stories and enjoying the serenity of the wilderness. Little did they know that their peaceful night was about to take a terrifying turn. As the group settled into their sleeping bags, a bone-chilling howl pierced the silence of the night. Startled, they peered into the darkness, their hearts pounding with fear. They brushed it off as a mere animal and tried to go back to sleep, but the unease lingered in the air. Throughout the night, strange sounds echoed through the forest, rustling leaves, distant footsteps, and whispers that carried on the wind. Each time one of them would venture out to investigate, they found nothing but an eerie stillness. As dawn broke, the group woke up feeling exhausted and on edge. They decided to explore the forest, hoping to uncover the source of their unease. They followed a narrow trail that led them deeper into the woods, the dense foliage enveloping them in an otherworldly embrace. Suddenly, they stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated cabin hidden amongst the trees. The sight of it sent shivers down their spines, but curiosity got the better of them. They cautiously approached the cabin, its creaking door inviting them inside. As they entered, an icy chill swept through the air, raising the hairs on their arms. The cabin was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the sound of their pounding hearts. They explored the rooms, their footsteps echoing on the creaky wooden floorboards. In one room, they discovered a collection of weathered photographs scattered across a dusty table. The pictures depicted people in dated clothing, their faces worn and haunted. Each photograph seemed to exude an aura of melancholy and despair. As they studied the photographs, a sudden gust of wind slammed the cabin door shut, trapping them inside. Panic gripped their hearts as they desperately tried to open the door, but it remained stubbornly locked. Fear settled in, and they realized they were not alone in the cabin. Whispers filled the air, growing louder and more menacing with each passing moment. Shadows danced on the walls, taking on eerie shapes that seemed to mock their terror. The air became heavy with a malevolent presence, suffocating their senses. In their desperation, they searched for a way to escape, their hands trembling. One of them discovered a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards, revealing a dusty, weathered journal. Its pages were filled with cryptic writings and macabre sketches that sent shivers down their spines. As they read the journal, the truth unraveled before their eyes. The cabin had once belonged to a reclusive artist who became consumed by darkness and despair. Legend had it that he made a deal with an ancient, malevolent entity in exchange for artistic brilliance, but the price was his sanity and his soul. The group realized that they were trapped in a realm between the living and the dead, caught in the artist's twisted creation. The whispers grew louder, suffocating their thoughts and sowing seeds of madness. They had to find a way to break free before they succumbed to the same fate as the artist. Driven by determination, they pieced together the clues within the journal and discovered a hidden sigil that held the key to their escape. With trembling hands, they traced the intricate lines of the sigil on the cabin floor, their voices shaking as they chanted ancient words of liberation. Suddenly, the cabin trembled, and the whispers turned into anguished screams. The walls cracked, and a blinding light erupted, engulfing the entire cabin. When the light receded, they found themselves standing outside, free from the clutches of the malevolent entity. Exhausted but relieved, they made their way back to their campsite, vowing to leave the forest behind forever. As they packed their belongings, they couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. They knew the forest would forever hold their secrets, and they had narrowly escaped its grasp. And so the group left the forest, forever haunted by their harrowing experience. To this day, they warn others to stay away from the ancient dark woods, where lost souls and vengeful spirits lurk, waiting for unsuspecting victims to stumble into their realm of nightmares. So be cautious when you venture into the unknown, for the wilderness holds secrets that may never be fully understood, and the darkness may never truly let you go. It was a dark and stormy night, and a group of friends had decided to go camping in the woods. They arrived at their campsite, set up their tents, and started a roaring fire. As they sat around the fire, they began to tell scary stories to pass the time. One of the friends, named Sarah, decided to tell a story about a legendary creature that was said to roam the woods they were camping in. According to the legend, the creature was a giant, hairy beast with glowing eyes and razor-sharp claws. It was said to have a particular hunger for human flesh and would stop at nothing to satisfy its appetite. As Sarah finished her story, the group grew quiet, the only sound being the crackling of the fire. Suddenly, a loud rustling noise came from outside the campsite, making everyone jump. "What was that?" one of the friends asked nervously. "Probably just a raccoon or something," another friend replied, trying to reassure the group. But as the night wore on, the noises grew louder and more frequent. It sounded like something was moving around the campsite, circling the tents. The friends grew more and more uneasy, their imaginations running wild. Finally, one of the friends couldn't take it anymore and decided to investigate. He grabbed a flashlight and set out into the darkness, leaving the others huddled around the fire. As he walked deeper into the woods, the noises grew louder and closer. Suddenly, the friend heard a low growl, and the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. He shone his flashlight in the direction of the sound, and what he saw made his blood run cold. There, in the distance, was a pair of glowing eyes staring back at him. The friend froze, his heart racing as the eyes drew closer and closer. He could feel the creature's hot breath on his face, and he knew he was in grave danger. Just as the creature was about to pounce, the friend managed to snap out of his frozen state and sprinted back to the campsite. He stumbled into the group, gasping for breath, and tried to explain what he had seen. But before he could get the words out, the creature emerged from the darkness, its eyes still glowing with an otherworldly light. The friends froze in terror as the creature began to circle the campsite, its claws snapping menacingly. With no way to escape, the friends knew they were doomed. The creature attacked, and the friends were never seen or heard from again. From that day on, the legend of the creature in the woods was never forgotten. Campers would often report strange noises and glowing eyes in the darkness, and some even claimed to have seen the creature lurking in the shadows. And so the story of the legendary creature in the woods lived on, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurked in the darkness waiting to pounce. I hope you enjoyed my camping scary story. Remember, always be careful when camping in the woods and never venture too far into the darkness. You never know what might be lurking just beyond the edge of the campsite.